Chad was by year's end controlled by a transitional president who had previously presided over a 15-member transitional military council until October 10. An August-October national dialogue disbanded the Transitional Military Council and gave the former Transitional Military Council president the title of Transitional President with a mandate to govern and prepare for elections by October 2024. The Transitional Military Council previously held power under an 18-month mandate that ended in October. The transitional president, General Mohammad Idris Deby Itno, son of former President Idris Deby Itno, appointed a new civilian prime minister on October 12 and a new government of ministers on October 14. The most recent national elections were held in April 2021. The National Independent Electoral Commission announced Idris Deby won a sixth presidential term. Observers consider the 2021 election neither free nor fair due to bans of public gatherings, abuses by security forces against the opposition, disqualification of opposition candidates, and numerous irregularities on election day. The National Army of Chad, National Gendarmerie, Chadian National Police, Chadian National Nomadic Guard, and National Security Agency are responsible for internal security. The armed forces report to the minister delegate to the president in charge of armed forces, veterans, and war victims. The National Police, National Nomadic Guard, and a specialized gendarmerie unit, the Detachment for the Protection of Humanitarian Workers and Refugees, report to the Ministry of Public Security and Immigration. The National Security Agency reports directly to the transitional president. Executive authorities at times did not maintain effective control of the security forces. There were reports that members of the security forces committed numerous abuses. Significant human rights issues included credible reports of unlawful or arbitrary killings, including extrajudicial killings, forced disappearance, torture, and cases of cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment by the government or on behalf of the government, harsh and life-threatening prison conditions, arbitrary arrest or detention, political prisoners or detainees, serious problems with the independence of the judiciary, arbitrary or unlawful interference with privacy, punishment of family members for alleged offenses by a relative, unlawful recruitment or use of child soldiers by Boko Haram in the Islamic State West Africa province, serious restrictions on freedom of expression and media, including violence or threats of violence against journalists, unjustified arrests or prosecutions of journalists, and censorship, serious restrictions on internet freedom, substantial interference with the freedom of peaceful assembly and freedom of association, including overly restrictive laws on the organization, funding, or operation of non-governmental and civil society organizations, inability of citizens to change their government peacefully through free and fair elections, serious and unreasonable restrictions on political participation, serious government corruption, lack of investigation of and accountability for gender-based violence, including domestic or intimate partner violence, sexual violence, child, early, and forced marriage, and female genital mutilation, cutting, crimes involving violence or threats of violence targeting members of ethnic groups, including violent conflicts between herding and farming communities, trafficking in persons, crimes involving violence or threats of violence targeting lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or intersex persons, and laws criminalizing consensual same-sex sexual conduct